Have you ever noticed how some people seem to move through life winning while others stay trapped in the same cycles for years? Here's the uncomfortable reality most people refuse to face. Your weaknesses aren't small imperfections. They are quiet saboteurs working against you every single day. People love to believe weakness is just how they are. That's a lie. Weakness is a decision, and every day you refuse to change it, you are actively choosing powerlessness. Machiavelli saw what most people still don't. The world does not operate on fairness or good intentions. People judge what you show them, not what you feel inside. Appearances shape reality, and only a few ever experience who you truly are. This world doesn't reward kindness without strategy. It rewards strength, control, and results. If you lack those, your morals won't save you. Today, you're going to learn how to expose the hidden weaknesses that are undermining your progress, and how to erase them before they ruin everything you're building. But before we go any further, ask yourself this: what if everything you were taught about being patient, agreeable, and nice was designed to keep you easy to manage? Let's begin. Weakness is taught, not inborn. You were not born powerless. That idea was planted carefully, repeatedly, from the moment you could understand words. Your mind was conditioned. You were trained to apologize, even when you did nothing wrong, to put yourself last and call it virtue, to stay quiet when disrespected, because causing trouble is frowned upon. You were told not to aim too high, not to stand out, not to want too much, to wait your turn, to seek approval before moving, to feel shame for ambition. This was never education. This was installation. The goal was simple: create people who are easy to manage, easy to predict, and unlikely to resist. People who adapt to the system instead of questioning it. You can see the results everywhere in your daily life. You wake up and immediately check your phone, allowing other people's demands to shape your mind before you've even decided who you want to be that day. You agree to obligations. You resent because refusing feels uncomfortable, not realizing that every time you say yes to what drains you, you are saying no to what builds you. You dim your own wins so others don't feel insecure, quietly disciplining yourself for progress. You delay hard conversations, hoping problems will magically disappear, only to watch them grow into something unavoidable. Long ago, it was understood that survival requires both intelligence and force, the ability to see danger coming and the power to stop it. You, however, were trained to possess neither. You were conditioned to be harmless. You were conditioned to be prey. Every time you avoid conflict, every time you accept less than you know you deserve, every time you excuse disrespect, you strengthen the chains of this conditioning. The most toxic part? You've been taught that self-respect is selfish, that boundaries are cruel, that wanting more is greed, yet the very people who taught you these rules never live by them, and the ones who succeed certainly didn't get there by being permanently agreeable. Here's the advantage you still have. Once you recognize the program, you can erase it. Begin questioning everything you were told about being polite. Ask yourself, does this belief move me forward, or does it keep me small? When someone tells you to be realistic, ask whether they're protecting you or protecting themselves from what you could become. And when they say you've changed, as you grow stronger, understand this clearly. That is not an insult. That is proof the program is failing. Weakness turns you into prey. Here's a truth most people never want to hear. In the real world, there are only two roles: those who claim what they want, and those who settle for what remains. Your weaknesses are not private struggles. They are signals, loud ones they broadcast to everyone around you that you are easy to push, easy to use, easy to control. Look at your workplace. Who really advances? The person who quietly overworks, hoping loyalty will be rewarded, or the person who positions themselves with precision makes their value visible, and controls the narrative around their contribution. Now look at your relationships. Who holds the power? The one who is most attached, or the one who is most willing to walk away? The one who accepts any treatment out of fear of loss, or the one who knows their value and requires it to be honored? The moment you display weakness, people begin to experiment with you. They nudge your limits, then they push again, each time going further, because you never push back. Your voice gets ignored in rooms where decisions are made because everyone knows you won't challenge anything. Your time gets wasted because you never defend it. Your ambitions get laughed at because you don't guard them with confidence. Here's the hard law of human nature. People do not respect what they can easily dominate. They respect what pushes back. Fear is not about cruelty. It is about consequences. It is about being the kind of person whose boundaries are not crossed casually, not because you're loud, but because you're certain. Being feared doesn't mean people tremble around you. It means they pause before wasting your time. It means they think carefully before disrespecting you. It means your words carry weight because you don't offer them carelessly. It means your standards are known and enforced. When you show weakness, you're not just damaging yourself. You are instructing others on how to treat you. Every time you tolerate disrespect, you teach people that there is no penalty for crossing you. Your hesitation becomes their opening. Your fear becomes their lever. Your weakness becomes their tool. And here's the most uncomfortable part. Once people realize they can manipulate you, they stop respecting you completely. Even if they benefit from your submission, they despise it in silence. Remember this. Choose respect over validation. Choose strength over comfort. Drop this affirmation and mean it. I choose respect over approval. I choose strength over comfort. Comfort is the cage that keeps you small. Comfort is not safety, it is sedation, and sedation is the enemy of greatness. Most people choose the route that feels familiar, predictable and low risk. The path where fear is never confronted and nothing is truly staked. That is exactly why they remain trapped in lives they secretly resent. Comfort breeds weakness because it removes necessity. When life never demands more from you, you never become more. No pressure means no adaptation. Look closely at the people around you. How many of them are living the same year on repeat? Same position, same struggles, same excuses, different calendar. This is not bad luck. This is the price of comfort. Here is what comfort actually steals from you. Your potential withers in comfort. Every time you take the easy option, you vote to remain exactly where you are. Ambition doesn't die in one moment. It fades slowly, one convenient decision at a time. Your abilities decay in comfort, just like a body that never trains. A mind that never struggles loses its strength. Avoid challenge long enough, and you become incapable of handling it. Your confidence erodes in comfort. Real confidence is earned through resistance, through doing what feels heavy and surviving it. When you only do what is easy, you begin to doubt your capacity for anything hard. Your opportunities vanish in comfort. The doors that change lives never open without risk. Those who run from discomfort never see them. History never changes its pattern. Those who avoid pain today create far greater suffering tomorrow. The person who dodges hard conversations ends up in relationships that silently drain their self-respect. The one who avoids professional risk watches bolder. Hungrier people pass them by. The one who escapes physical strain loses the body required for their ambition. The one who fears emotional discomfort builds a life that feels safe and completely empty. Every individual you admire shares one trait. They made peace with discomfort. They took the call that tightened their chest. They spoke when silence was easier. They stepped into uncertainty, while others hid in routine. They invested in themselves before they felt ready. They moved before confidence arrived. While others chose comfort, they chose expansion. And here is the irony most people miss. the more you willingly enter. Discomfort in service of your goals, the more stable and controlled your life becomes, because you develop the skill and certainty to handle whatever comes. Drop this and own it. I embrace discomfort as the cost of my evolution. The 4 deceptions that drain your power. It's time to rip the mask off the lies that keep you small, quiet, and dependent. These 4 beliefs are not innocent. They are designed to neuter your edge. Lie 1. Good things come to those who wait. False rewards go to those who move. While you're waiting for perfect conditions, someone else is claiming the opportunity that could have been yours. Lie 2. Everyone deserves respect. No, respect is a currency. It is earned through action, competence, and consistency. Handing it out freely to those who haven't earned it cheapens your own value. Lie 3. Just be yourself, and people will like you. Misleading. The unrefined version of you attracts the wrong crowd. The stronger, disciplined version of you will make some people uncomfortable, and that discomfort is a signal you're evolving correctly. Lie 4. Everything happens for a reason. This is the final sedative. The belief that turns people into passive observers of their own lives. Events don't magically align. They are the direct result of the choices you make and the actions you take. Long ago, it was understood that appearance shapes reality. Most people will only ever interact with the version of you that you present. Continuing to believe these lies makes you look weak, even when you are not. All 4 lies serve the same function: to keep you waiting, compliant, and reliant on others to decide your future. Reject them. Drop this and mean it. I reject comfortable lies and embrace uncomfortable truths. Replace impulse with strategy. This is where most people fail and never realize why. They let emotion lead, then scramble to justify their choices with logic after the damage is done. Powerful people operate in reverse. They decide with calculation first, then control their emotions around that decision. When someone disrespects you, your feelings scream for anger. Strategy asks a different question. What response protects my position in the long run? When an opportunity appears, emotion whispers fear. Calculation demands clarity. What is the actual risk? And what is the potential return? When someone attempts to manipulate you, emotion doubts itself. Strategy cuts deeper. What do they want from me and why? Emotional decision-making silently wrecks lives. You react instead of choosing. Reactions are instant, uncontrolled, and often self-sabotaging. Responses are measured, intentional and positional. You make choices based on temporary feelings instead of permanent consequences. Emotions shift by the hour. Consequences last for years. You become predictable. And once people can predict your emotional triggers, they can use them against you with precision. You bleed energy into meaningless conflicts. Emotion makes everything feel urgent, personal, and important, even when it is none of those things. Calculation changes the game completely. Before you speak, you ask, what result do I actually want here? Before you act, you consider, where does this put me 6 months from now? Before you engage with difficult people, you decide, is this strategic, or is this just my ego asking for a fight? Wisdom has always followed this law. The intelligent act immediately on what the fool delays, but only after thinking it through. The difference is simple. The strategic mind calculates first, then moves. The emotional mind reacts first, then pays the price. This does not require you to become cold or empty. It requires discipline. Emotions are data, not commands. They tell you what matters. Strategy tells you how to handle it. Feeling disrespected alerts you to a problem. Strategy decides the most effective response. Feeling excited signals opportunity. Strategy determines if it's worth pursuing. Feeling hurt reveals a breach. Strategy decides whether confrontation heals or only feeds your pride. Most people reverse this order. They let feelings drive action. then wonder why their results never change. They respond with anger and create escalation. They choose careers based on fear instead of analysis. They remain in damaging relationships because leaving feels painful, ignoring that staying guarantees suffering. End this cycle. Drop this and live by it. I am the master of my emotions, not their slave. Strategic detachment is hidden leverage. Understand this and your position changes immediately. The moment you cling too tightly to a specific result, you hand away your control. Attachment creates dependence, and dependence makes you transparent. People who need something are easy to read, and what can be read can be used. When you crave someone's approval, they own you. When you need a particular job at all costs, the employer holds the power. When you cannot afford for a relationship to fail, the other person knows. They can cross lines without consequence. Strategic detachment does not mean apathy. It means discipline. You aim for the best possible result, but you are prepared for every result. You do not bet your future on a single door staying open. Long ago it was understood that promises expire and circumstances shift. What was necessary yesterday may be broken today. This is why power always maintains options. Never place yourself in a position where one person's decision can collapse your entire plan. Always build alternatives, plan B, plan C, plan D. When you are not desperate, your judgment sharpens. When you are not needy, your value increases. When you are not obsessed with outcomes, you are free to take the bold actions that actually produce results. Detachment removes fear from your decisions, and fear is what most of your enemies rely on. End with this truth. My peace comes from within, not from external validation. Become the consequence. This is the final principle, and the one most people never master. Stop explaining yourself to those who are committed to misunderstanding you. Stop defending your decisions to people who will never pay the price for them. Stop apologizing for taking up space in a world that profits from your silence. You are not here to make others comfortable with your progress. You are not here to dim your light so others can feel taller. You are not here to feel guilty for wanting more than survival. Status does not create value. Action does. Titles mean nothing without the strength to fill them. Your worth is not measured by opinions, applause, or acceptance. It is measured by what you build with the time you've been given. Become the person who does not announce their power. It is felt. Become the person who does not argue for their value. Their results make the case. Become the person who does not defend their path. Their outcomes silence doubt. When strength is real, it doesn't perform. When confidence is authentic, it doesn't seek validation. When success is true, it doesn't need permission. You stop chasing respect and become the standard that others adjust to. This is what it means to be the consequence, not through force, not through noise, but through the undeniable reality of who you have disciplined yourself to become. Today, you learned that weakness is not just a personal flaw, it is a strategic liability. You saw how conditioning begins early, training people to stay manageable and predictable. You understood why comfort stunts growth, and why discomfort is the price of evolution. You identified the lies that keep most people powerless. You learned to replace emotional reaction with calculated response. You discovered why detachment protects your leverage and why desperation destroys it. And finally, you learned this. When you walk into a room, as the consequence, the energy changes without a word being spoken. This is not about becoming cold. This is not about becoming cruel. This is about becoming disciplined, strategic, and unbreakable in the pursuit of the life you decide to live. Remember this. Your weakness is not who you are. It is a pattern, and patterns can be broken. Start now.